We are back with our weekly Switch eShop deals, and today I'm sharing 10 games under $10 available in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Really do like this week as well. It's a selection that includes some deeper cuts and titles simply haven't spotlighted in a while. Now if you do enjoy the video, consider subscribing. We're on the verge of hitting 60,000 subscribers, around 600 shy, so your support here makes a huge difference. Later then I'll also announce the winner of a $10 eShop gift card, and there's of course another one up for grabs. To enter, simply drop a comment down below and the winner will be revealed next Thursday. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is back, matching the low with 80% off. It comes from the creative mind behind It Takes Two and A Way Out, and this title continues to push the boundaries of what we do expect in an experience. This game basically blends what could be a co-op experience into a single player challenge, asking you to control both brothers simultaneously. However, the Switch version did introduce local co-op for the first time ever, so it's got a new way to play. Come here for an adventure filled with boss battles and puzzles, and it's set in a fairy tale world where you're on a quest to reunite with your lost family. It's got a lot of heart, this one, and it's top of mind because there's actually a remake coming to other platforms next month. Inertial Drift is a racer that puts a focus on driving with style thanks to its really unique twin stick setup for drifting. Now once you get used to it, it really is game changing, and I hope to see more of it in the future because as control schemes go, it's one of the best implementations I've seen in a while. My issue with the game though, it's that your opponent's ghost cars, and once I realized that, it kind of lost some of its edge. You can't get into collisions. Also, it has an awful story where everyone is best friends. Folks are actually congratulating you as you pass them, and I do like a little real competition personally. This all said, the core racing is quality, and it has this great cel shaded style too. 80% off then is a new low price. Vitamin Connection is one of my favourite co-op experiences. It's a lesser known release from A Way Forward of Shantae fame. Now I've reviewed it on the channel, you can find that in the pinned comment below. I also featured it in my top co-op list video as well, so that will be there too. Now in this one though, you play as pills that a family takes to feel better. You're basically navigating through internal organs to diagnose and solve problems. Now despite sounding I guess a bit gross, it's a vibrant, colourful and family friendly experience. Both players here are basically required to steer and shoot together, and that is a task that's harder than it sounds. The story then about the family is, in my opinion, a bit long-winded, but overall I was really impressed. You can also play the game solo, which is still great fun, and this came to mind because I just covered the Contra demo on Switch that also comes from Way Forward, and I was a little disappointed. Find that video also in the pinned comments. Right now then, Vitamin Connection, it's 65% off, a new low price. Talking about Contra, Super Cyborg is back, matching the low with 70% off, and this is the We Already Have Contra at Home game, but it did a great job as a tribute, and from what I've seen from the Contra demo, this could well be the better option on Switch. I'll say it here, the new Contra on PlayStation just simply felt much better. Super Cyborg then even features a few moments where it shifts to a top-down perspective. Now I did review this one on the channel, find that in the pinned comments, but yeah, it's a hidden gem that was released at a seriously budget-friendly price point. Sure, the character designs might be a bit bland honestly, but beyond that you'll find fun enemies, good levels, great controls and a solid challenge awaiting you. A shout out to Red Deer Games for sponsoring today's video with their latest release, Wira and Taksa against the Master of Gravity. Now of course it wouldn't be Red Deer without a massive launch discount, and right now this is 88% off, taking it about as low as it possibly can go. Now this one is an arcade platformer that's blended with puzzle elements that challenge you to master the power of gravity as you set out to search for your master. Expect to use gravity to your advantage while navigating through a world filled with danger. It features two playable characters, Wira, a powerful warrior armed with a massive hammer to vanquish enemies, and then Taksa, known for his speed and agility, enabling him to evade traps and tackle time-based challenges. Be warned though, these characters share a single life pool, and some of the traps they can spell instant death. It is live right now on the eShop. I've linked that in the pinned comment below, and once again thanks to Red Deer Games for sponsoring this video. This one looks really unique, and I love the visual style they've gone with for the gameplay. Tormented Souls is a survival horror game inspired by classic Resident Evil titles. Initially it suffered from game-breaking bugs, but these have since been patched. It is now a solid port on the hardware. The story kicks off though with you receiving a mysterious note, and this leads to an investigation of a disturbing hospital. Things quickly turn south when we awake, missing an eye and naked in a bathtub. It sets the stage there for a journey filled with monsters and the quest to uncover the truth about this location. It's definitely pretty bad day, as you can imagine. The game features an old school static camera angles, and you can even activate tank controls if you really want to punish yourself. 55% off then is a new low price. The Red Lantern is now 90% off, hitting a new low price. I've reviewed this on the channel, and to be transparent, there are quite a few flaws. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I even considered going a little lower. However, at this price, it is a bit easier to overlook those issues. The premise then is simple: find your way home with your sled dogs. But the roguelite elements incorporated really don't add much value, and you can complete the game in just a few hours. Despite there being different encounters as well, I do think there is a lack of variety. In my opinion, the developers should have opted for a more traditional survival experience rather than the route they did go. That being said though, I do appreciate the world they've created, and the soundtrack is absolutely stunning. But Gaiden is a retro-inspired action platformer with clear influences from the Ninja Gaiden series, evident from the name itself, but it also draws from Mega Man. Basically, you gain new abilities by defeating bosses, and these can be tackled in any order. The combat and the movement then are incredibly fluid, making the gameplay feel fantastic, and it's all set against a backdrop of chunky pixel art. Do be warned though, this game is challenging, as it should be considering its influences. It is designed to push you. Currently then, it's a new low price with 60% off, and retro gaming fans, you should definitely check this one out. Sword of the Vagrant is a game I loved, and with a 50% discount matching the low, I believe it is well worth the time. It's a 2D action RPG set in a mythical world where you uncover dark family secrets and work to mend broken family bonds. Expect to go from coastal spots to ghostly castles, and you will face off against some 70+ monsters in some seriously intense combat, including combo chains, special moves, and of course epic boss battles. I particularly appreciate the crafting system then, and the multiple endings. That adds a lot of replayability. For those concerned then about challenges, it's not an easy game. There are 4 difficulty settings to choose from. Griftlands is a fantastic deck builder. I actually even featured it in my best deck builder video, which I'll be pinning in the comment down below. What I loved with this was its sci-fi world, and it's enhanced then by 3 distinct playable characters. They've each got their own campaign and unique deck abilities. So you have Cell, out to maximize profit, Rook, the spy with a motive, and Smith, who might just save the world if he can muster the energy. Griftlands stands out with its unique gameplay elements as well, because it's not just about card battles. Your decisions genuinely matter. You can actually assemble a team that could possibly sidestep combat entirely if you do choose the right words. Currently, it's 50% off, matching the low price. Our winner of the week then is Alexander, who highlighted Eastward and the fantastic DLC. Congrats on the win, Alexander. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next Thursday's video. The Portal Companion Collection is back, matching the low with 66% off, and this collection is a fantastic port of a beloved game series that truly deserves the praise. It features some of the highest ratings for its puzzle gameplay, where you are battling against an out-of-control AI. While the first game is relatively short, then as well, the second expands on the experience in a massive way. Also, Stephen Merchant's voice work in the second game is a standout. Honestly, in fact, the entire cast delivers just an incredible performance. The gameplay then is a first-person puzzle experience, thrusting you into what could be described as challenge rooms. Basically, use the portal gun to create various effects, and you'll basically tackle primarily physics-based puzzles that do get incredibly difficult. I've reviewed these in 2 separate videos because each game deserves its own spotlight, rather than being lumped together, and you can find those in the pinned comments. And that's the video down. Will you be grabbing anything this week? Let us know in the comments. With that, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all next video. Thanks everyone.